the snow is bullshit. We're out of here. Went to New Orleans. Basically going out for a weekend. I think we ended up staying 3 years. Jim and myself, and I think it was probably Harvey, um, were walking down Bourbon Street together. And we got to the third block, and there's a club that was called, it's still there today, I think, called Gunga Din, which at the time was a great music club. The guy saw the hair and said, hey, I just fired the band. You guys want a gig? And we said, yeah. So we became the house band there. And in Mardi Gras time particularly, I mean, we would play 14-hour shifts, half hour on, half hour off, and go and sleep for 30 minutes in the bar, in the back. Within 30 days of me and the band getting there, I managed every dancer, every bar guy, and I managed everybody in the building, basically. It was run by a guy named Larry Lamarca, who was somebody to know in New Orleans. But I remember that. I remember those days, sleeping in the van. We'd get the van drive from Little Rock to California on a whim. I didn't think about it. You know, all of us we just crash and sleep in the parks. We spent a lot of time sleeping in the caves up around little shows in Norfolk Lake at a period of time. I remember that distinctly, particularly in the LSD days. Went to LA in 1970. I think the way I remember it, I basically, as the business manager, every time I'd pick up a trade magazine, I would see either Ahmet Ertegun or Frank Balsamo. They were it. So my plan was how do I get close to these guys? My grandfather taught me when I was a kid a lot of things, but one of the things he taught me is it doesn't matter how good your fishing pole is if you don't get near the river. You got to go find where the action is. So I figured out that they were where the action was. We went to California, and I believe it was 1970, maybe late 69 for a little bit. 2 or 3 trips out there. Finally ended up settling out there. And these are the days of the Love-Ins and a lot of free concerts. So we got to play at a lot of free shows where there would be 25,000, 30,000 people out there. And the word spread real good about the band. I mean, that was probably one of the best moves we made was actually plugging into that phenomenon out there. Had a great experience out there. Ended up taking the farm that Ahmet owned with a guy named Lee Weissel and stayed out on the farm, which was in Calabasas, California, which is where that picture's taken. In fact, I think we took it over after the Manson family left, which is kind of interesting. Ahmet Ertegun, actually, I had met already and got him interested in the band, and we played at the Topanga Corral. And that's when Ahmet first saw the band play live. I remember that like it was yesterday. He walked in with a very nice looking lady. And this Turkish, he looked like a Turkish bodyguard. Huge guy. Now, Topanga Corral is a biker's bar. And these guys are out there dancing, having a good. And Ahmet then walked in, it was like Moses parting the Red Sea. Everybody just got out of the way. Ahmet comes up, we have a brief conversation, here's the band play. I go out into his roles, and we cut a deal. Basically made the deal right there on the handshake, and then the lawyers followed it up. Toward the end of Black Oak's contractual relationship with Atlantic Records, came time to re-sign the band. And Ahmet and Jerry Greenberg and their attorneys and a number of other people flew into the compound in Oakland, stayed overnight, which is where that picture with Ahmet and I. And we're negotiating, and basically MCA was bidding against Atlantic for the band. MCA was offering 3 to 1. But I felt a real loyalty to Ahmet and didn't want to just make it about money. The band did, I didn't. So Ahmet came in, and when we were done, after they made their pitch and everything, I asked Ahmet if I could talk to him in private, and I took him to the back. And I asked him, I said, Ahmet, if you were me, what would you do? He didn't even take a breath. He said, Butch, his band is finished. He said, take the money out of it. Now, for him to say that to me, first thing, I'll never forget that he did that. Because you talk about being a shrewd businessman. There is no shrewder businessman walking this planet than Ahmet Ertegun. But what he essentially said right then is, I care more about you than I do the income generated from what's left of this man. Don't take the money, buddy. He didn't have to do that, you know? And I gained a lot of respect for him that day because I had his blessings to do that particular thing, which we ended up doing when we went to MCA. And Ahmet was right. The band's career was over. It was just over at that point. The MCA records did nothing. Capricorn Records sold even less. So I'll never forget that about him, the way he handled that and how gracious he was. And I got nothing but good to say about Ahmet Ertegun. He's number one in my book. But I picked Bill and Hillary up in a limousine. They took them to a Black Oak, Arkansas concert in Little Rock and Barton Coliseum. think it was 1973, about right in there. And what I remember about it was this: that first thing what I remember is Jim and I smoked about 50 joints between Mountain Home and Little Rock. And so when we opened that door and they got in, it was like, and I know they had to feel that to this day. But Bill and Hillary said we gave them their first ride in a limo, which probably was. We went to the show, had a great show. And during the course of the concert is when Bill made the comment that he'd basically rather be Jim Dandy, or meaning a rock star, than president. And I'll tell you this, and I've told Herb Zuckerman and many of my friends this, the first day I met Bill Clinton, I knew he was going to be president. It was like a clairvoyant moment, I swear to you. I just knew it. And I don't even know why I knew it, I just knew it. And he did go on to be president. And as far as I'm concerned, a really great president. Yeah. I got nothing bad to say about Bill and Hillary. I think they're great. They've done me a lot. They've been good to me. I like them.
people, we've all been swimming in quicksand at some time or another. We know how to get out. Down.